Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello, my dear students. Today, inshallah, we will talk about the passive voice. The passive voice. We have the active voice and then the passive voice. When we know the doer of the action, then we are dealing with active voice. If I say, I broke the window, that means I know the doer of the action. I know the person who did that or who broke the window. For the passive voice, when we say passive voice, that means the doer of the action is not, or it doesn't, or he doesn't exist. As in the example here, when I say active voice, zombies chase my friend. In this case, I know the doer of the action, the subject. As we all know, we have subject, verb, and then complement. This is the sentence. This is how the sentence is built. If I know the doer of the action, so this is an active voice. If I don't know the doer of the action, so this is the passive voice. If I say, zombies chase my friend. Zombies chase my friend. Here, what is zombies here? Thank you. Then zombies here is the subject, is the doer of the action. What about chase? Chase is the verb. Chase is the verb. And we have my friend. My friend here as an object. If I want to change this active sentence into passive, I have to start my sentence with the object. Then, passive voice sentence is a sentence that starts with an object. When I say, my friend is chased by zombies, zombies. So we have like subject plus auxiliary verb to be, plus main verb in past participle, plus by if I want to mention the subject. This is the rule. If I want to change any sentence, any active passive into passive, so I should follow some rules. Depending on the tense that I use, if I have a present simple, as in this sentence, Amber writes a letter. Amber writes a letter. Amber writes a letter. Writes here is a verb. In this case, I have a verb 1. Why did I say writes, not write? Because Amber is singular, right? Amber writes a letter. So writes here is verb 1 in this case. A letter is written by Amber. A letter is written by Amber. In this case, I take the object, then I put it in the first position. I have to delete the subject. This is how I make a passive sentence. If I want to concentrate, if I want to focus on the object, then I start with the passive sentence. If the subject is not important. Amber writes a letter. When I say a letter is written by Amber, a letter is written by Amber. In this case, I started my sentence with the object. Here, if I have another tense, which is the present continuous, for example, I say Amber is writing a letter. Amber is writing a letter. Here, is writing is like, what tense do I have here? Is it present simple, present continuous, present perfect? Right, since I have is, verbs to be, then write with ing. So this is what? A present continuous sentence. Present continuous sentence. Subject الأول Amber is writing. Here is the verb. Is writing is the verb. And we have like a letter, which is what? A letter here. Thank you. It is the object. What did he write? Or what is he writing? He's writing a letter. This is the object. If I want to change this active sentence into passive, what should I say here? Here, an auxiliary, a new auxiliary should be put. I say a letter is being written by Amber. A letter is being written. Every sentence, there is an auxiliary should be used. In the present simple sentence, I choose the auxiliary from verbs to be. Is or are. Is if the object is singular, and are if the object is plural. If I have a present continuous sentence, I add being. Being. Where should I put being? Between the main verb and the auxiliary verb. Sentence. Amber is writing a letter. It becomes like a letter is being written by Amber. Let's move to a different tense, which is the simple past. When I have a simple past, as here in the example, Amber wrote a letter. Amber wrote a letter. If I ask you where is the subject here, you would answer me that Amber is the subject. Amber is the subject. What about wrote? Wrote here is the verb. In this case, I have a past tense verb, verb 2, right? It's not verb 1, it's verb 2. Since I have verb 2, what about letter here or a letter? A letter here is the object. Every passive sentence or every sentence that I want to change it into passive, it should be what? It should have an object. Amber wrote a letter. Wrote here is verb 2, right? What's verb 1 of wrote? What is verb 1 of wrote? Thank you. It's write. Write. W-R-I-E-I-T-E. Amber wrote a letter. A letter was written. A letter was written by Amber. Then here I added what? I added the auxiliary verb, which is what? Which is was. And I have the verb 3 or past participle of write written. Those verbs in blue have been changed into by adding some auxiliaries. The same goes for example, the past perfect. If I go to a sentence that just like Amber had written a letter, the auxiliary that I should use here, if I want to change it into passive, a letter had been written. A letter had been written by Amber. The same goes for future simple. If I want to say will, with will, Amber will write a letter. Amber will write, he will in the future. Something is going to happen. He will write a letter. Amber will write a letter. A letter will be written. Then if you notice, all these verbs are past. The main verbs here are in the past participle case. Written here, written, 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 written. And the same goes for every verb. Every main verb should be changed into verb 3. For the future perfect, Amber will have written a letter, we say. Amber will have written a letter, right? A letter will have been written by Amber. Here we have future perfect. When I have will plus have plus verb 3, then I add the auxiliary verb, which is been. Let's move now to different examples using passive voice. Again, we're using the same verb, which is write. Let's now choose a progressive, let's choose past progressive. The second sentence here. When I say Jen was writing the report. Jen was writing the report. How to change it into passive? Now, when I have a past progressive, then I should have continuous, the same, a continuous, past continuous. Then I have to use the verb in continuous, the auxiliary verb, which is being. Let's notice here. The report was being written. The same tense, but we added what? We added the word being The report was being written by Jen. Here are some more examples in order to understand how to use passive voice forms. You have to read these verbs and then to compare it with the tense that should be used. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.